There's going to be a surprise. Someone is making reservations for my beloved child. A silent, imperceptible, yet incredibly potent event is happening all around you at this very moment. Someone has just made a decision that will alter the course of your life, even if you are unaware of it yet. With your name in mind, they are making reservations for something that has far greater significance than what is currently visible to your eyes. You must be able to hear me well as you listen. Something enormous is in store for you. This is not your typical surprise. This is not a light-hearted gesture. This is not a passing fad. This is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of surprise, the kind of action that causes the cosmos to pause for a moment because its effects are too profound, and too holy to be ignored. The individual responsible for this surprise has been struggling with their emotions for several months. They had been resisting, questioning, and overanalyzing, but now they overcame their reluctance. They made the reservation today. Your destiny changed today. Blessings, Amen. This next portion will shake you, so pay close attention. Your power has been quietly observed by the person scheduling this surprise, gift, encounter, message, journey, and step. They have witnessed you overcome storms that were supposed to shatter you. They have witnessed you engage in combat that no one was even aware you were engaged in. When others left, they witnessed you walking by yourself. And as they observed you, a voice inside of them whispered, "You deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve something extraordinary." Their reservation was not made at random. It's not abrupt. It's not rash. It's the outcome of nights spent thinking about you, talks they never had the guts to say aloud, regrets that burned inside of them, and an unavoidable fact. They are aware that their delay was excessive. They are aware that their silence was excessive. They are aware that they allowed distance to increase. However, they are taking action now before life takes away their opportunity. And even via this screen, you can sense the passion behind their choice. There is something enormous in store for you. This is the kind of instance where your story takes a dramatic turn. A blessing from a man. Listen to this now. They have been afraid to disclose the mystery behind this surprise they are planning. A truth that will make everything suddenly make sense, a truth that will rock your heart. Even the universe became weary of their prolonged concealment of this reality and began pressuring them to take action. And they finally broke today. At last, they gave up. At last, they realized they would never be able to lose you. They can't take the chance of being silent for another day. Without knowing what they needed to say, they are unable to watch you proceed. So they made a reservation. The gathering. The ticket. The phone call. The message. The time. Your name, your vitality, and your fate are all written on this surprise, whatever it may be. Someone is getting ready to enter your life in a completely new way. Someone who has been holding back something for far too long is coming with heart and intention. Your path will change irrevocably once you receive this bombshell. You'll see why you had to wait. Why did nothing else work? Why there was a reason behind every setback. Because this surprise is the start of something you've always deserved but never anticipated. Blessings, Amen. Hear this with all of your heart. Right now, the energy surrounding you is changing like a tidal wave getting ready to open up a new shoreline. The person planning this surprise, this covert move in your direction, has reached a point where it is impossible for them to conceal their intentions, sentiments, or the truth. Recently, something in their lives fell apart, a dread, a regret, or a discovery. Your name was the only name that could be heard over all others during the catastrophe. They believed they could stifle it. They believed that stillness and distance would make it go away. Rather, each day without you has become more burdensome, acerbic, and intolerable. They understood that losing you would shatter them more than anything else. And for that reason, they acted today in an act of unvarnished honesty. They made a reservation for something that has the force of a turning point, the warmth of a promise, and the weight of a confession. Something enormous is in store for you, my dear kid. And you won't believe how quickly this enormous thing is coming. Because a divine drive is being ignited behind this individual, the cosmos is clearing the way and eliminating delays. They no longer have a confused heart. It's awake. They no longer have a reluctant soul. It's prepared. Their next move is tailored to your needs. Blessings, Amen. Let me now share the more profound reality. This reservation they made is more than just a strategy. It's a message. A statement that eventually declares, I choose you. For months, they have been burdened. The embarrassment of seeing you suffer without intervening, the dread of rejection, and the guilt of not showing up. However, something shifted within them. Something that cannot be changed. Recently, they noticed something. It struck them like lightning, a picture, a moment, a sign, a circumstance. It served as a reminder of your identity, your meaning, and the consequences of being mute. They took action as a result. This surprise has a physical form in addition to an emotional one. A place. A moment. A reason. And your fate is intimately linked to that objective. They wish to make a correction. They wish to make a revelation. They wish to give something back. They wish to make a confession. They wish to make a fresh start. You have no idea how much time they have spent mentally practicing this moment. How many times they thought they would show up. How many times did they picture themselves speaking your name aloud with shaky honesty? And that moment is now coming to life. Blessings, Amen. Allow me to delve even further. This surprise's timing is deliberate. It is divine. Your life has never been haphazard. Not the suffering, not the quiet, nor the waiting. Every holdup was an opportunity to prepare. Every heartbreak served as a diversion. All of your setbacks were preparing you for this one pivotal moment that is now speeding at you. The person behind it is shaking. They're afraid. They have feelings. However, they are adamant. Because they have finally realized that fate is offering them one final opportunity, and they are determined not to squander it. They are putting bravery ahead of fear. Take action instead of waiting. Honesty above arrogance. They use this reservation and this surprise as a means of leaving their past behind and entering a future that is marked by your presence. And something inside of you will change forever the instant you get it. You won't be able to return to your previous life. They won't look the same to you again. You won't ever doubt your value again. Because the reality contained in this surprise will dispel all of your doubts. A blessing from a man. The energy surrounding your life is trembling like a door about to break open, and everything that has been kept from you is now coming to the surface, my little child. The person making this surprise reservation is not acting impulsively, carelessly, or emotionally. They are acting in this way because they have reached a breaking point where it is no longer possible for them to pretend, deny, or repress their truth. They held a storm within of them for months. They made an effort to divert their attention. They made an effort to divert their attention. They made an effort to persuade themselves that they could release you. However, life continued to disprove them. They continued to be followed by signs. Your name continued to reverberate in unexpected places. Clear's throat, your presence continued to linger in their minds. Additionally, a recent event caused their heart to totally fail. Something struck them so deeply that they understood, if I don't act now, I will lose the only person destiny ever truly aligned me with. This dread was triggered by a visual, a circumstance, a discussion, a message, or a memory. They were awakened by that fear. And they are planning this surprise for you now just because of that concern. This reservation is more than simply a plan. It is a proclamation. A declaration. A confession. A change in fate. They are aware that you delayed longer than you ought to have. They are aware that you endured more suffering than you ever merited. They are aware that despite their shadows, you persisted in providing light. And they have been driven to action by that realization, which has been blazing inside them day and night. There is something enormous in store for you. Everything is being rapidly aligned by the universe. Closed doors are opening. Delays are crumbling. Barriers are disappearing. They can feel the force in their bones clearing the way to you. Their feelings of anxiety, excitement, longing, regret, and hope all combine into one overwhelming push as they draw closer to delivering this surprise to you. They're not making this reservation because they want to. They have to make the reservation. They are no longer able to remain motionless because of their soul. And when you receive this gift, your heart will understand why you had to wait so long. Blessings, Amen. And now pay closer attention. You have no idea how big of a surprise this is. A secret that will completely change the significance of your relationship with this individual is concealed behind this reservation. They've been carrying something that scared them because it revealed their weakness, something they've never had the guts to utter or the clarity to acknowledge. However, the universe has been working on them, tearing down their barriers and making them confront the things they attempted to avoid. They are now prepared to share the truth that has been suffocating their hearts because of this unexpected. They understand that telling you everything is the only way to set themselves free because this truth has been building inside of them and getting heavier every day. Their key to honesty is that astonishment. Their path to salvation. Their entryway to you. There is emotion in this reservation. It has a purpose. You'll sense its depth right away. This was not something they took lightly. This was not something they did lightly. This wasn't something they did for pleasure. They took this action because they were no longer able to ignore the universe's pressure on their souls. They made an effort to move on from you, but fate kept dragging them back. They made an effort to divert their attention, but everything brought you to mind. Their hearts would not let them go on, despite their best efforts. And their strength crumbled when they realized what they were losing, you. They therefore made reservations for something that would bring them back into your presence, whether it be spiritually, emotionally, or physically. Something that would make them confront the reality they've been avoiding for far too long. Something that would at last unlock the door they were afraid to open. And your world will pause for a second when you receive this surprise. Time is going to slow down. The weight of everything they were withholding is felt in your heart. Your soul will sense the change. There's more to this surprise than merely shocking you. It is intended to change you. Blessings, Amen. And now, my darling child, if your heart is racing a little quicker, your chest feels heated, or your intuition is hinting that something is approaching, it's because your soul is able to see things that your eyes are still unable to see. This surprise has already begun. They've already lost the energy. The reservation has already been verified. Behind the scenes, the universe is already altering things. The guy responsible for this is trembling. They're pacing. They are getting ready to say things they have never said before. They are putting bravery ahead of fear. The moment they will eventually reveal something you never expected but always deserved is something they keep reliving in their minds. They have pictured your response 1,000 times. Your eyes expanding, your breath seizing, your tears, your amazement, and your stillness. They are aware that this surprise will have a more profound effect on you than anything they have ever done. And they want to do it precisely for that reason. They want this to be a memorable occasion. They wish to produce something that rewrites all of the suffering, uncertainty, and confusion. They wish to end the distance that has stifled your relationship. Additionally, they wish to respect what fate has been yelling at them. This is not a typical connection. This is not the end of the narrative. You own this individual. Their planned surprise marks the start of a new chapter that will feel very different from the previous one. It will simultaneously bring healing, confession, closure, clarity, and a fresh start. After you receive this, nothing in your life will be the same. The cosmos is getting ready to deliver something unthinkable, so keep your heart stable. Blessings, Amen. The moment you've been feeling in your soul, the one that keeps whispering in your heart, is closer than you think, my dear child. The person making this reservation is now completely overpowered by an unstoppable force. Their feelings had gotten out of control. You take up all of their thoughts. You are the center of their plans. And with divine accuracy, every single one of their subsequent actions is being aimed at you. Even the cosmos has stopped to watch what they are planning because it is so profound, so emotionally taxing, and so destiny-altering. They planned a surprise, but it's more than a gesture. It's an action-packed confession. It has remorse, longing, clarity, truth, and a choice they were afraid of for months but ultimately came to terms with. They can't let you go. They won't let you go. Not now. Every moment they caused you pain has been replayed by them. They remained silent at all times. They acted as though they didn't care at all times. And inside their chest, that shame has become a tempest. They were forced into this reservation by the storm. Into this audacious action. This is the point at which their heart will no longer conceal itself. Something enormous is in store for you, my dear kid. And it's unstoppable this time. This surprise's creator is already picturing the moment you get it. They are aware of the seriousness of what they are going to disclose. They are aware that this revelation will lift your spirits, dispel your doubts, and usher in a new chapter in your life. They're not getting ready for anything trivial. They are getting ready for the most profound emotional change you have ever gone through. Blessings, Amen. Now take in this reality. There are deep, intricate, emotional layers to this surprise they planned. And the one thing they were afraid to face is hidden beneath all those layers. How they feel about you. They had been avoiding their own emotions. They attempted to construct barriers. They made an effort to move away. They made an effort to act as though you were unimportant. However, fate continued to bring them back to you. Signs continued to appear. Recollections kept coming back. Their feelings continued to seep through all the gaps they attempted to close. Then something took place. They were startled awake by something. A fantasy. A message. A dialogue. A fear of losing you forever. Whatever it was, it totally broke their resistance. They are now taking a step toward honesty with this surprise. They confront you with the reality rather than fear. Their method of fixing what they let break. The words they swallowed for too long were spoken in this manner. They know you might be shocked by this surprise, my dear child. You can become overwhelmed by it. You might even start crying as a result. However, they are prepared for that. They want to show you something genuine, something that comes directly from their heart, for the first time. And your whole life will change in an instant when you receive this surprise. And now this person is getting ready to confront you in a way they have never done before, my dear child. They are practicing their speech. Their feelings are being rewritten. They are picturing your response. They're shaking all over, not because they're afraid of you, but rather because they're afraid they won't have the opportunity to show you how much you mean to them. Time, place, emotion, and fate all play a part in this surprise. It's not accidental in any way. It's not at all random. This reservation's every element is in line with divine timing. Already, the wheels are in motion. This is already being pushed in your direction by the universe. And this individual is already preparing for the time when they will divulge everything. Once you receive the surprise they scheduled, the confusion will be resolved. It will put an end to the waiting. It will end the distance. It will end the stillness. Destiny has been working behind the scenes to prepare for this moment. A moment that will change your state from uncertainty to clarity, from waiting to receiving, and from speculating to knowing. Prepare your heart, my little kid. Because what's about to happen is the kind of surprise that completely alters your course. It's large. It's sentimental. It changes people's lives. Additionally, your name is written on it with divine intent. Leave a blessing in the comments if you claim this energy. In order for this message to reach the soul it was intended to awaken, don't forget to share, like, and comment. Blessings, Amen. If you could see it with your own eyes, you would be overwhelmed by the speed at which the universe is moving, my dear child. The threads of destiny are currently being pulled together with a force that only occurs when a momentous event is about to take place. To be honest, the person scheduling this surprise has entered an area they have been avoiding for far too long. Honesty, raw, shaky, unadulterated. The weight of everything they tried to hide, everything they never acknowledged, and everything they never uttered has been smothering their heart for months.